you do not have a content problem. You do not have a consistency problem. It comes back to your messaging, okay? Messaging is the lifeblood of sales in your business if you are posting on social media, okay? You don't need another content strategy. You have all the fucking content strategies and hacks that you need. What you really need to understand is how to get so crystal clear in your messaging that your dream client, you don't need a hook to stop their scroll. You need a post that connects to them and speaks to them so well they're like, holy fuck, I have been looking for you. You are exactly who I need. I've needed this yesterday. When can I start? Buckle up, baddies, because this episode is about to blow your fucking mind. Because what I'm talking about today in today's episode is I'm breaking down the crucial difference between content and messaging. And this right here is the distinction that could be the exact reason why you're posting content consistently. And when I mean consistently, like minimum 4 to 5 times per week for the last few months, if not years, and it isn't converting into clients. Okay. So if you're somebody who's been in that space, you are in that space, you're trying to navigate it, you feel like you are putting so much bloody time, energy, and effort into creating content, and you're not seeing the ROI on it that you know you can be, then I want you to literally put that phone on fucking airplane mode. Wait, maybe not, because I don't know if you can listen to this on airplane mode. Anyway, shut off all the distractions and get ready here, because we're going to dive in. And this one's going to be short, sweet, and simple. But this is also this is an episode that I'm going to be building on in the next few coming weeks. And if you're listening now, I want you to stay till the end, because you are getting an exclusive to something that nobody else has heard of yet. Okay. So here, I know this was like a huge aha moment for me when this all came together. So I'm hoping that this is going to have the same impact, the same effect on you. But the reason why your content is not, and I don't want to say that it's not converting, because you already have seen and do have success in your business. But where you're probably navigating right now is you've seen and you see other coaches, how they're constantly selling out their offers, showing that they have people jumping in the same day that they say cart open or spots open for this, and you really know that you can get there as well too, and you just want to be able to obviously work smarter, not harder. And with that being said, you know how crucial, how important content is. Here's the thing. We're taught to focus on content because obviously social media, I don't care what it is, YouTube, I'm just, a deer ran by and I got distracted. I was like, woo, squirrel. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, blogging, Pinterest. It is all content, okay? So, and we've always been taught, you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent. Are you posting? Did you post today? Did you show up? Did you show up? Are you on your stories? Are you on your stories, right? Like, content doesn't fucking matter if you don't know and understand how to package your content, your messaging in the content that you are serving up, okay? This is going to make sense, I promise, for you, okay? But again, the reason why your content may not be converting is because you're focusing on it from a content lens instead of shifting, and where your focus really needs to be in order to create content that converts consistently is on your messaging, okay? So let me break this down for you. And what is the difference between content and messaging? And I know, even for me, this was a massive epiphany that I had for myself while I was talking through this with my coach as well too, because I always talk about how important messaging is. And for the longest time, I have been interchanging the word content and messaging, and it wasn't until we had this own session, as I'm preparing for what you're getting, the exclusive early access, early insight into, which cliffhanger, open loop, stay till the end, because it is there for you. And as soon as we said it and realized, I was like, holy fuck, this changes everything, okay? This fucking chair, man. This office chair, I lost a screw on it. I don't know how long ago. If you can hear me moving around right now, that's why. It's been through so many moves and it just likes to, it picks the day when it wants to sink and when not to sink. We're going on tangents here. Anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to make so much more sense than if you're listening to it on the podcast. Okay. So how I want, and again, I think this is what happens. I know this is what happens a lot of the time. Instagram is full of business coaches. It is full of content coaches. But where the disservice is happening for you is that we are not differentiating and showcasing the difference between content and messaging, because your messaging is not your content and your content is not your messaging, but your content and your messaging absolutely work together in order for you to sign clients consistently through social media so you can move into your business full time. Okay. So the way I want you to think about content is it is how you are presenting your information. Okay. This is like, I'll do content, then I'll do messaging, and then I'm going to give you the like little bit of like a metaphor or comparison for how you can think about it. Right. So content is how you are packaging and how you are presenting your information to your audience, to your potential dream clients, buyers. Okay. Your messaging, however, is what is underneath all of that. Okay. The key to your messaging is really the buyer psychology and speaking to their emotions and to their needs. This is where the real magic happens in terms of getting people to see the value of your offer, what you do, and why they need, not want, why they need to work with you. Okay. So again, now to put this into context of a little bit of a metaphor, how you can be like, okay, Joss, cool, still not kind of getting it. Stay with me here now. Okay. Content, I want you to think about this, is the wrapping paper that you would put on a present. Okay. So maybe for Christmas, I don't know if you like give a shit about wrapping presents or not, but maybe you go and find the perfect, it is like the perfect gold. I was totally thinking silver. It has silver bells all over it and that kind of stuff. And then you're also the person who like, you're not the wrapping queen, you are like the wrapping goddess, the empress. Like nobody can compare to the wrapping that you do. So you don't just have it wrapped all nice, you have the perfect bow with it, and like you're not scrimping on those like dollar store to and from little Santa stickers. Oh no. You got like the little card that even has like the pop-up little thing that comes out of it, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like bougie as fuck, right? Like you can wrap a mean present. But let's be honest. People can absolutely, and whoever you give that gift to, like, let's hope they're like, oh my gosh, this looks so pretty. But at the end of the day, what they really want to get to is what's inside. Like, people will appreciate your wrapping, but what they really want, what is coveted, what more than anything that they are going to remember is your present, the gift that's underneath the wrapping. Okay. So, like, again, how many times do people rip and tear through fucking wrapping paper and all this kind of stuff that goes into a garbage bag and then goes out into the garbage or out to the trash the next day, right? Whereas it is the gift, again, that is rememberable, that is relatable, that is coveted, that they like have wanted. It's like, oh my God, I wanted one of these for so long. They are going to remember that, right? So when you think about it this way, it's not your content that is remembered. It is your messaging that is remembered. And the biggest component of creating high converting messaging is, just like I said, understanding how to speak directly to the emotions, needs, values, and desires of what it is that your dream client wants. Okay. And here's where you're probably finding that you're stuck. You're like, okay, I get it. I'm kind of getting it. I'm going to take it we're gonna hit the home run now, out of the park. I don't know. How do you go from fucking Christmas to wrapping paper to baseball? I don't know. This is my head. This is what happens. Okay. Why you probably feel a little bit stuck and you're like, okay, content messaging. What is the difference? This is the difference. Okay. You might have the content strategy part down in the sense that you know how Reels are taken over right now. They have actually been taken over for a little while on social media now. So you know that every single week you are committed to posting at least 3 reels per week, right? You post five times per, I was going to say per day. Please, for the love of God, do not be posting 5 times per day. You post like clockwork 5 times per week. You already know that video content is king. So you are really committed to posting at least 3 reels a week, and then you have a carousel, whatever the hell else you have going on, okay? But without strong messaging that taps into your buyer psychology, it's not going to translate into client inquiries, okay? So like I said, you could have the prettiest looking Christmas present wrapping ever, but if it's the messaging that really is going to be what is going to make you the sale, okay? So here, what ends up happening is you have so much of your time, energy, and effort focused around your content strategy and not the messaging strategy, which is why, again, it feels like, okay, I'm listening to all the Instagram gurus. I've bought enough Reels courses to last me a lifetime. You've probably even bought The Secret to Selling on Your Stories and all this kind of stuff. And you have all these cool hacks. Like, you know that you can let your stories die for 24 hours, come back up on with a poll. Hey, hello, hi, how are you? And it's still nobody is there hitting DM me for more info or click the button and I'll send you more info. Like, you're not getting that, okay? And what I'm talking about content strategy, and this is where so many, and I'm even going to say Instagram experts and content experts place their area of expertise on, is exactly this. When I'm talking about your content, this is how you are sharing it to the platform. This is the media in which you are sharing it. So whether that be long form video content, doing an Instagram live, if you're doing a short reel, if you do a carousel, if you do a static post, right? That is the media. That is the present. That is the package of how you are wrapping your message up. Okay. And so lots of times there is this priority around your content strategy. And we see this from a few different ways. There's performance tactics, I would say. There's like different things that you can do to help the performance of your content, which we're going to get into. And then there's also just I want to say it's almost like pillars, content pillars, which nothing makes me want to throw up more because truthfully, content pillars is where your creativity goes to die. Another story for another day. But we see it one of two ways. Is you have a content strategy based around the types of content that you should be posting, and then we have performance hacks, tips, tricks, strategies for your content. Okay. So what your content strategy based on themed content or topics is going to look like is maybe you've been taught that you need pillar content. You need to know what it is that you want to be known for. And so because of that, you know that I'm just going to say, and this is something that so was it 6 years ago when I did health and fitness coaching? I don't know. But and you see this run rampant in the health and wellness side of social media. Also, if you are doing any of these, please know that I'm not here to out you or being like, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, da, da, da. These are just some mistakes that I see happening. And once you know, this is when you can kind of course correct to really start to see the conversions that you want to be seeing inside of your business. And when you can really start to place your time, energy, and effort into what is going to get you those conversions. And that is your messaging. We're going to get into that. Okay. So I just want to say, if you are a health and wellness coach, this is not me trying to put the spotlight on you and call you out. I'm speaking from experience because this is 1000% how I was taught to create content. It was Monday, you had Monday motivation. Tuesday, it was some sort of tips, tricks, how to. It was Wellness Wednesday. Thursday was usually a client story or my own, client results or transformation. What was Friday? I don't remember what Friday was, but maybe it was a lifestyle focus. And maybe you have that as well too, where there's certain areas that you really, really focus on. So maybe you focus on, again, lifestyle content, at home workouts. It could be quick and easy meals. I'm trying to think about, if you're a confidence coach or whatever, maybe your whole thing is you focus on self-love, worthiness, mindset, and manifestation, right? So it's themes and pillars for where you fit your messaging into, where you're slotting it into, okay? Or If you're like, nah, bitch, I haven't done themed content for a hot minute, that is not my problem. Check, pass, no. Okay, just wait. So the other thing is, maybe you've been taught to create a content strategy around the types of posts that you can create. Okay, so what this could look like, and there's so many different types of posts that you can create, and everybody has their own different way to say it. Like some things that I've heard that I know as well too, it's like inspirational, you have storytelling, educational, entertaining, client case studies and results, authority content. I don't know like when this started, but we've also have movement and activating content is a new thing. Trends, making it humorous or relatable, making or content that allows your audience to be heard, or happenings, right? Like again, these are all, it's very, very similar to themed content, and it's almost lots of the times this content strategy is what is the perspective lens through which I'm kind of filtering my messaging, okay? Again, so that would be like, again, the content strategy around themes or types. And then we have content strategy around what can performance enhancing hacks, tips or tricks. Okay. So that comes all down to like people telling you ideal posting times. Also, fucking run if somebody tells you that, oh, you have to post in an ideal time. You don't actually. The other thing can be reels. This is a huge, huge thing for reels. Trending audio, making sure that you have a catchy hook, a clear CTA. What else is there? Oh, B rolls and having 5-second things. Like these, again, all performance hacks. But at the end of the day, it's not your content strategy that is going to allow your content to convert. It is like content is how you present your messaging, and your messaging is where the magic happens, aka how you turn your content into conversions, aka into dream clients. Okay. So the missing piece and where your focus needs to be first and foremost, okay, is on your messaging, okay? Because it's what you say, how you say it, that allows your content to convert to dream clients. It's not how you present what you say. And it's like it's the same reason why at the end of the day, I know we hear all the time that um like I said, video is king. You have to do reels. If you don't do reels, your platform's not going to grow. And there's a handful, and I don't even want to say handful. Like I personally don't. I'm getting so good with my Instagram boundaries. Like I can't tell you what any other fucking coaches are doing. But even in the height of when reels were like taken off the most, and you saw, I'm not going to discredit reels. There's a shit ton of accounts that just whoop, took off, right? There was still accounts having equal, if not similar or more growth. And they were like ride or die carousel posts. And they just don't love whoever the creators of the accounts. I don't need to say who they were because like that's not the point of this. That's how they love to translate that's how they love to present their messaging in their content. Okay. So that's why and I feel like it's such a mind fuck, especially when you feel like, oh, well, I had the trending audio. I engaged with my audience 10 minutes before. I made sure that I was on here so that anytime that I got reply or a comment on the post, that I went and hearted it right away and I responded back to it. Like again, performance hacks aren't what allows your content to convert. It's what you say inside of your content, aka your messaging, that does. Content is how you present it. Your messaging is what converts. And that's what we really need to flip the script and the importance of, is understanding your messaging. Because at the end of the day, I promise you, if you are not yet where you want to be inside of your business, if you're not making sales as consistently as you would like to, if you're getting a ton of people signing up for your free classes, free trainings, but then it's not converting, or you go to your launch event and you're like, I would love to have like 15 people in here, and you end up getting 5, which you're like still super proud of yourself for, but you don't know what that missing 10 is. It is a messaging thing. Okay. Come back to my episode next week because I'm going to be showing you exactly how a lack of clarity, specificity, and tangibility inside of your messaging is showing up inside of your business. Okay. So that's going to be for next week. But here, I really want you to understand why your messaging is so important is because people buy based on emotion. Okay. People buy based on how they feel and they buy you by B-U-Y, you, based on how you make them feel. So I know lots of the times there's this focus on, like I said, on the performance hacks, on was this a trending audio? Is my hook hooky fucking enough? Right? Like all you drive yourself bonkers with those parts and pieces of your content instead of focusing on your messaging, which is what matters. Okay. And I know that it can be easy to obsess over that. I absolutely do. But the truth is, when you have your messaging down, not only will you start creating content in half the fucking time, but you'll actually start seeing an ROI on this. Okay. And I think I have so many examples of this, but one that I love the absolute most is this was a couple years ago now, and this is like, again, why fucking hacks don't matter, because at the end of the day, messaging is what sells your offers, not the hacks. Like, content has changed so much, but good messaging, clear messaging, specific messaging is going to make you sales over and over again. Okay, so this is why this is still so relevant. I had one of my previous one-to-one clients, Kelsey, who worked with me, she had created this. It was like this 90-minute session. And I believe she created this offer. It was a year, if not a year and a half. And she had been trying to sell it. And I say trying. She had been selling it and not making any sales into it for a year or a year and a half. She had this incredible program, 90-minute session. I can't tell you how many times she told me she reworked the sale, like the landing page, reworked the offer, looked back for like, okay, who is this for? Like over and over and over again. She was starting to drive herself nuts. And when she came on to the call with me, we focused on, she really wanted to nail that messaging down. Okay. And when I asked her who it was for, and it was like, oh, well, it's for women who just got out of a relationship and they don't understand what it is that they do wrong, and they really want to find their life partner, but they want to understand like how to heal so that they don't attract the wrong person again. I was like, okay, cool. And I asked her one question. I was like, okay, well, what is it that they want most? Like, where is this leading them to? She's like, you know what? They just want to learn how to be happy on their own first. It's like, damn, Gina. Is that even a thing anymore? Did I just make that up? Anyway, so an offer that she had created, tried to sell for over a year. Right after our very first 1 hour call, she goes onto her stories with that new messaging that we created for her in our first call. Okay. Within 24 hours, she had 2 people buy and 2 people in her DMs asking about that offer. Okay. You do not have a content problem. You do not have a consistency problem. It comes back to your messaging. Okay. Messaging is the lifeblood of sales in your business if you are posting on social media. Okay. You don't need another content strategy. You have all the fucking content strategies and hacks that you need. What you really need to understand is how to get so fucking crystal clear in your messaging that your dream client, you don't need a hook to stop their scroll. You need a post that connects to them and speaks to them so well they're like, holy fuck, I have been looking for you. You are exactly who I need. I've needed this yesterday. When can I start? Okay. If you've been with me this long, thank you. And you're getting an exclusive behind the scenes sneak peek early access to, I am running a 3-day free training called The 7 Deadly Sins of Content. And what our whole sole focus is my sole focus. There you go. We are going to resurrect your engagement so that you can sign clients and finally go full time in your business. Okay. So these 3 days, you're going to learn how to fix the most common mistakes that coaches make in their content that prevent them from converting followers into paying clients, so that you can finally say goodbye to content that feels like it's falling flat and hello to DM inquiries of people that actually follow through and buy, and having a thriving fucking business so that you can go into it full time. Okay. With this as well too, this is not just another average challenge. You are going to be given actionable and implementable homework every single day that you're also going to have me to double check and bounce ideas off of in a private Telegram group. So if you're like, yes, queen, let's fucking go, bitch, okay? Because you are too good at what you do. You have the client receipts, testimonials, and transformations to prove it, which means that more people need your work. And how they are going to get that from you without you needing to be attached to your DMs all the live long day to make a sale is through your messaging and then how you present your content. So link for that is below. You can sign up there. It's taking place the last week of October, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So I can't wait to see you there. And instead of saying trick or treat, it's bitch, give me clients on repeat. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Like I said, this is kind of a 3-part series. So every single one of these weeks is going to be building off of one another. And we are going to talk about how, when you don't have clear messaging, all of the ways, and there's 4 very crucial ways that this is very clearly showing up inside of your business. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait for you all to tune in next week. Bye everyone.